Good morning, everybody. So let us do a quick review. We were discussing template program, Java and C# program we were discussing. Right? So we are discussing module 1, part 2. Finish in our last lecture, but finish it in today's lecture. So we are discussing a template or a skeleton of a simple program that may do something or nothing in C, C++, C++, C#, Java, and pseudocode format. So this is the skeleton program. Pseudocode format. It does nothing, but because there is no code inside it, the corresponding code in C# is like this. The main method is an empty main method that does nothing. Corresponding C++ program is like this, and Java program is like this. This is the skeleton, and then later, okay, then we knew that every program contains a main method. That is the starting point of our program. Okay, and a main method, all methods have their starting and ending points. Usually, if you use pseudocode, then you will start begin and end. But if you write in normal program code, that curly brackets, opening and closing curly brackets are the beginning and ending points. So then later we discuss a simple program, how to display something on console. That was the thing that we discussed in our last lecture. We went through REPL.IT, this interactive and online IDE. Then we created two programs, maybe Java and C#. Maybe this is the Java program we discussed. Okay, this program will print hello world in first line, and then there is a new line program, new line character over here. It will bring the cursor to the next new line, and the welcome to my class will be displayed in next line, the second line. The book, when you start a book, there is a topic. It's called new line character, / character. Or if you Google search, you see back character, / character, maybe in Java or Python or C. If you Google search like back characters. So / characters there are some characters that display right away, and there are some characters, for instance, what is called, if you these are the characters set, / characters. There are some characters that do not display right away. For instance, if I want to print a / on my console, if I give a single / it will not work. In order to display a / we need to use another /. 2 backslash will display 1 backslash, 3 backslashes will display only 1, the 4 backslashes will display 2 backslashes. Okay. And for instance, we know the quote, single quote or double quote, these are the of a string, but if I want to display something within a quote, single quote or double quote, then we need to use backslash. Yes. In your computer, if you create an account on repl.it, did you save your program? If you saved your program, then you should have it. I did this way. Maybe you have a issue on internet connection. Try. Let's say what. Please let see me during my office hour. I will check the program. So, for instance, here in this program code, I have a backslash in the middle. But if I run this program, that you will see that backslash will not have any effect in my output. Okay, but it got an error. Good. Okay, so if I want to print a backslash, then I need to give double backslash. Okay, and if I, for instance, if I want to print the word welcome within code, within double quote, you see that I have to give this way, welcome in another double quote with a leading backslash. So these are called backslash characters. In your book, you will get a topic, small backslash character. For instance, backslash T, it will create a name tab. It will give usually 6 to 8 character space. Okay. So do some practice and be familiar with this. Okay, so anybody has any questions so far that we discussed in our last class? Okay, that's good. If you don't have any questions, so today we will proceed for our remaining slides. Okay. Variable. We will learn variable. So what is a variable? A variable is a chunk of memory location that have a name. A variable is a name of a memory location that hold some value, some data. All programs, as we will work through, contain some kind of data. In order to work with any kind of data, okay, so we should have some variables hold that data. Okay, so if some variables to hold our data, our operations will be easier and sometimes maybe faster without holding any variable. Okay, then what is a variable? A variable is a name of a group or a chunk of memory. Made by this memory is RAM, random access memory. The computer has two kinds of memories: primary memory, secondary memory. Primary memories are RAM, ROM. So we will word memory. We will talk about we mean RAM, random access memory. So it is out of power. Not charge. Someone left without charging. Okay, so for instance, can you please go to the so much. Okay, so in this program, is there any variable here? No. Here, so we use some data. So hello world, welcome to my class. This is it's called a string. Okay, so when we put some alphanumeric characters, that is alphabets or numerical characters within double quotes or some code, that is called a string. Okay, here variable, but the all our data is given directly. So for instance, then I can, if I do this, like for instance, string equal to, let me put this, all of this, this data as a string. Okay, string is an object, it's kind of variable for now, remember that, and I name this as s. Then if I say, if I want to print s over here, then I will just write put s over here. Then if I run this program, it will give me exactly same output. Okay, so then what is the benefit of using this s instead of using the whole or of this entire string within print? So many, for instance, if I want to print it again and again, I shortly that I can reuse this variable quickly. Let me do it a few times, and if I run it, you will see that it will be printing 2 times. And frequently we will see that we will do some operations on our data. If it is numeric data, then we will do numeric operation, addition, multiplication, subtraction, and then maybe arithmetic or statistic operations. And if we have our string data, then we will do operations a lot. So in order to do any kind of operation, it is better to declare our data with some variables. Okay. So that how to declare a variable. Okay, so variables, in order to declare a variable, first of all, we need to declare its type. Okay, so what type? That it depends. For instance, if I want to work with numerical data, in general, say int, say I say x equal to, I say 10. Okay, so this here, it is there is a small, very small underline over here. It is showing that I have declared this variable, but I have not used it yet. That's not an error. Okay, so this is more similarly like if I say int y and then say y equal to maybe 20. So these two lines combine, I could read this, I could write this int y equal to 20. I wrote over here it int x equal to 10 shortcut. Okay, so now if I want to print, okay, so a println, for instance, I want to print x, I want to print y over here. So I want to print equal y. Anyone please tell me what will be the output over here? Can anyone guess? Okay, if I say x greater than y, or if I say less than y. Okay. So here are my integer variables, x and y are numeric variables. Okay, so here it will be printing x equal to 10, it will be printing y equal to 20, and here it will be checking whether x equal to y. Okay, then if x equal to y, then it will Boolean result will be printing over here. Okay, then it will be comparing here whether x less than y, and here whether x greater than y. Let us run this program quickly, and we will see that we will have our output in different formats. So for instance, here my x is printed, here y is 20, but on this line I compare x equal y, then it is false. Right? So then, and here x less than y, it is true, and x less greater than y, it is false. Now if I would say, if I say x exclamation y, that means whether x is not equal to, okay, so then it will print us true. So as I have seen that if we use variable, then our operations will be easier. These are called operators. Than, equal, plus, minus, signs, operators, and we will learn about operator more in our next lecture. So in order to use a variable, we must declare it first, and then we should assign its value if we have it, or we can do it. There are different kinds of variable: integer variable or numeric data, contains numeric whole numbers, where there are floating point variable and double type. There are characters that contains only single character. Sometimes if you want to mean true by T, false by A. Sometimes if you want to mean gender, male by M, female by F, then we character. And string is just like a alphanumeric text. Okay. Whenever we want to declare a variable, we must declare a variable inside, either inside a method or inside a class. Since we are far away to discuss about class, so far we will be discussing about method. So all variables must be declared in a method so far. We could not define a variable outside of a method. So for instance, what happens when you declare a variable? When you declare a variable, it takes a name on our main location. Then what a computer can do, a computer can access that memory location by two names, both by name and its memory address. For instance, this building, when you enter in this building has a name, maybe academic building, right? The name, it has a number, academic building 200. Okay. You could be, this building can be, it has another name, H. H is a handy, right? H 200. So that you see that this building can be located in multiple. And as you know, for instance, White House. The White House has multiple different nation words, identities. For instance, we can do Google search about White House, and it should get it. And there is also a physical address of that building, right? 120 Washington Boulevard or something, right? Did anyone? So if we get that address, physical address to our GPS, then our GPS will get there. If you do by name White House, our GPS will get that, right? There may be another way. For instance, if we get our coordinate system GPS, then maybe you can get that, right? So, for instance, again, variable is a name of a memory location. Another way that when you use our phone set, we save our friends and friends number in a contact list, right? By name, against a name, right? Then when you save our friend's phone number by name, then each individual person has, for instance, one phone number. Okay. When we make a phone call, think about that. When it goes, when you do a search by our friend name on our contact list, get our friend, for instance, John, and we make a phone call. Okay, we make a phone call. It goes to John's number, right? Maybe you have, what is your name? Shira. Okay, Shala has a friend John in her phone. Okay, and what is your name? Shion. Okay, Shion has another friend John, maybe different John in his phone number. Okay, but these John are local. When John, that phone call goes to her friend John, right? And when he makes a phone call, then it goes to his friend. So the variable, for instance, she is a method and he is a different method. Whenever we create a variable within a method, that becomes a local variable, and its activity belongs to within that variable. Even if we have same name of a variable in different method, but those are different. Remember that. Although the name can be same, but if their location are different, that work for different. Question? Is there what? Yes. No. There are multiple ways. For instance, I could say int y, comma z, comma p, comma q, comma m, comma n. This way we can declare multiple variables in a single line. Then we have to separate by comma, and we can declare one by one. And I could do here int y equal to 20 over here. Okay, if I say y equal to 40, again here, what will happen? So when we declare a variable, it takes a memory location, and then whenever we assign in a value on it, that value gets on that memory location. But later, if we change that value, the previous value is replaced by the new value. Okay, a variable can contain only one value, and latest value it contains. Okay, since it is RAM, so its previous values deletes away. Okay, get rid of. Okay, so these variables are local and these are temporary memory location. Persist as long as you run your program. So when you close your program, okay, so then these variable will lose their location. They will get relocation again when you next time start your program. Wherever they get free location, they get take place. For instance, everybody here, you are sitting on a place, not like that. You will be sitting every day. Wherever he gets a free location. And the restriction is that in order to use a variable, we must maintain its what is that called? We must maintain its type. For instance, if I say y equal to 40.50, then what will be my value if I output it? it will be 40, not 40.50. So if I want to say if I want to print 40.50, then I need to declare this as a, okay. So the compiler is very interactive, so it is showing an error. Actually, then for instance, let us do it. It is showing an error, so it is not showing. So it should be 40. So if I say float f equal to 45.50, okay, then it's good. Now if I print f, then it will print 40. So float and double types are used in order to, usually it should into f maybe at the end. Okay, 45, see 45.5. Okay, it is not showing 5.0. There is a way to define that. Okay, for instance, if I say percentage point two, do not let me make it another different name. For instance, D. Let us put it D. D or 12. Okay, I will check back that later. So if I say D, then it will. Okay, it is not difficult to declare variable, and you will use a lot declaring variables. And yeah. For instance, if in Java or C#, if we want to declare a float type variable, then at the end when we assign the value, then we need to put a f. Double not needed. Okay, so in this method you see there is a return 0. We will discuss about return later. So whatever we learned so far, all languages have the variables and the ability to assign values to them. Actually, we will be working with a lot of all time on all programs. We will work with some variables. This is the important thing. Now we want to focus on reading from user, reading an input from user. So reading an input from a standard input device. In order to mean by standard input device, we mean keyboard. For instance, here in my program, I assign value for X, Y, and D. Okay. In my program, these are hard-coded value. Okay, so whenever I run, this program will work with only these values. But if I want to assign values for my variables X, Y, and D, needed. Whenever I run my program, and if I want to enter those value using a keyboard, then we need to use some methods. For instance, in C#, we use readline method. That is a method in the console class. Again, at this point, you will not understand everything. So these 3 lines, for instance, these 3 lines or this small program, I like everybody for now to memorize or memorize. Okay, you will learn later what is the meaning of. I think so far everybody knows what is meant by console.write, right? This line will display this thing, print, please enter your name. It will display on this screen. Okay, here my string is user input, and I am using user input equal to console.readline. So this line will allow me to enter my data using a keyboard. Since my variable here is a string type, so I can use any kind of data, alphanumeric data, character and string, and it will take my input and press enter key. And whatever I enter, before I press enter, those values will be put variable user input here, and on this line it will say console.writeLine hello plus user input. Whatever I entered previously, that will be printed over hello, or I might enter my name. Okay, same code. I will go through this in a live program. Same code is similar code in C++. You see that in C++, we use cout operator, cout double less than sign, okay, to output something that is more similar with console.write. Okay, and then if we want to enter something, then we use Getline method. You see that is standard input device, and here we say cout high, like format. Anyone here is taking C++ lab? One, two. Okay, only a few. Okay, so this is format in C++. Okay, so this is the output operator in C++. It is concatenated. In Java and C# we use plus sign. And in C++ we use double less than. And in Java we will use scanner method, scanner object, in order to input something using our keyboard. Okay, so for now it is difficult for me to explain you everything, so but for now I like everybody to do some practice on this input, and just, or otherwise just memorize for now, please. Later you will know it about. Okay, for your lab work and for your lab assignments or lab work and program, we will need something use, but okay, for now just memorize and let us go ahead. Okay, so, and this is the pseudocode, and for instance, what do we have? Okay, so if I want to do a quick okay, so let us create a new repository in C# CSE1321 section 1 fall 19, maybe lecture 4 or something. CS, whatever name I give is okay. This is my, it will come with my template repository. So after that, for instance, actually I want to this code. I want to already have this. I want to input these lines. Let me copy from here and let me print here. So I added these lines just in order to save my time. I'm not composing here, I'm copying and pasting. Okay, so whatever it will do, so there is another method over here. It is converting. My red line method is usually used to get string format and input from input in a string format. But if I want to convert that input into an integer number, okay, then I have to convert that using this line. Is I need to use this line. Again, for now, just remember it, and when by using it, and again you will be understand what is the difference. Okay, for instance, what is my age? If I say 43, then you are 43 years old. Okay, so this program, it works, right? Similarly, I like everybody to copy these programs, okay, and practice one REPL .it or any browser, any IDE you are familiar with. Okay. So in Java, we will use actually system dot the scanner method. Okay, the scanner method, the scanner class we use, then this is the constructor we will use. This is in simple in Java, for instance, like this. If you want to run this program in Java, then this. So far, any question? Anybody has any questions so far? For now, I like everybody, before you go to your next lab, please remember 3 lines. Then your life will be easier. If you memorize these 3 lines, your life will be easy. You will need this a lot. We know that displaying something on our console is easier than taking input. Okay, so next we'll cover with operators. There are many operators, about 30 or 40 operators. Okay, I will maybe give you another slide. Okay, so we are familiar with plus, minus, multiplication, and division, these operators from our beginning early childhood, and these operators work as usual. One of the things that we will be learning maybe so far is sometimes we will use remainder operator, module operator. Whenever I get it, I will tell you. The back percentage sign, that is called module operator, we will use. There is an operator is called percentage, like this. It is not used to percentage, but it is used to get the remainder. For instance, if I would say, what is my time? How many minutes do you have? How many minutes remaining? I don't have. How many minutes I have left? 5 minutes? 5. Okay. Okay, so let us try with this problem. Okay, assume the average person burns 25 per day. There are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. There are 365 days. Is to write a program that asks the user how many calories consume in a day. For instance, if it will give me and prompt me. Okay, so this program, what it will do? For instance, if I run this program, what is asking first here? So once I run this program, it is showing me this line, right? Please enter your age. So this is the prompt it is giving. Right? So at this point, so this is asking me that it will give me a prompt that how many calories you consume in a day. Okay, so instead of saying please enter your age, you will put here how many calories you consume in a day. Okay, the next line we have to use our input. Input is same thing, the same thing. Whatever you input, you say, and also ask how many years they will that many calories. How many years? The lifespan, entire life, 70 or 80. Okay, you can expect it. So that you need to have prompts, one after another. So one prompt will get an input, and after that you will give another prompt, enter your name, for instance, in how many years, but not these two prompt one after another. You have to put one prompt to enter, for instance, enter my age, then I will enter my age. Then, for instance, here, if I say 43, this showing 43. For instance, if I do, let's do this program. It say, please enter your weight. Okay, so I say input user. For instance, I will put weight over here like this. Okay, then I have to put two user input in user input, and then again I need to put user input 2. Okay, for instance, 1, and I need to put user input 2. Look at this program, how I am modifying this. Why do I need two user input? Because I will be using 2 enter. Okay, so then my second user input is going there against my weight plus maybe. Okay, so if I enter my age first, it will ask me first to enter my age. If I say 43, and then it is asking me my weight. If I give 150 pounds, then it will show me you are 140, 43 years old, and okay, maybe I could give an and, right? So likely follow this program and then practice the problem in hand. Okay, maybe 43 and maybe 150, then you will see that I will get my expected output. And lastly, okay, you want to retain your quiz one, I will open it one more time. I will give you one more time. Okay, thank you so much, and you have a good day.